Sunny Bonani from Door of Hope in South Africa. For those of you who don't know who we are a home that looks to save abandoned babies and to find them loving families. So here I am in our Play and Learn Center at the village, and you can see this is an amazing place here. I'm hanging out with Mr. G-Man over here. So, with coronavirus madness going on all around us, we have no visitors coming to us. We also haven't been able to have any teams come and join us here at the village to help us build and continue the development here. So we thought, if you can't come to us, let's see if we can come to you. To kick us off for our video, we are going to now turn to Nadine, who's our operations director, and she's going to give us just some updates of what's been happening during lockdown.
Since lockdown started, Door of Hope has taken in 10 new babies. 5 of these babies came from hospital, 1 was brought by the mommy, 1 came through our baby box, and the rest were brought by police. The baby that came through our baby box was literally born the day before his mommy brought him to us. She left his clinic card in the baby box with him, so we know his date of birth. Sadly, the babies that were brought by the police were found abandoned. 1 little baby, not even a month old, was found in a hole on the side of the highway. This was in the middle of the night. The emergency workers found him, took him to hospital for a health check, and brought him to Door of Hope. Another baby was abandoned by the mommy. She left this little girl with a nappy bag with a strange lady outside the shops. She said to this lady she couldn't go into the shops because they won't allow her to bring her baby inside. So she asked this lady if she would mind looking after her little girl while she goes shopping. The mommy never returned. She went to the police, and they again took the baby to hospital. The hospital gave a good health check. The baby was well cared for, even though she had minor scars, and brought the baby to Door of Hope. This 9-month-old girl who knew her mommy's face, who knew her mommy's voice, who knew her environment, all of a sudden was placed in a new, strange home. Strange faces, strange voices. She was very traumatized. She cried the whole night. She wouldn't sleep. She wouldn't eat. Our hearts were breaking for her. But over a few days, she settled in and became comfortable, got to know her auntie's faces and voices, and she's a happy little girl now. These are struggles many homes face. Homes are full. The challenges we face is the fact that a lot of kids were planned for adoption or reunification before lockdown, and when lockdown was brought in, unfortunately, the movement of children was also stopped. This means that we're sitting with babies in our care that could really be with their forever families or their biological families, but one piece of paper is not allowing this. At the same time, these babies could be with their families, which gives us spaces to take in more babies. So many homes have had to refer babies elsewhere because they were just full. So we're hoping that the Department of Social Development will issue this necessary paperwork so that babies can be with their families and create spaces for babies who need it. The other challenge is that our registration expired at the end of March. We submitted our documents towards the end of last year. And unfortunately, because of lockdown, we have not received our new registration papers. This means that when we go to court for a new case, the court asks for these papers and we are not able to give it to them. It's out of our hands. So we just ask that you would pray that we would get these registration papers, that DSD would release the necessary documents so that we can continue the work that God has given us to do. We thank you for your prayers. We thank you for thinking about us and having us in your hearts. And we are honored to do this wonderful work. May God bless you and keep you.
Thank you, Nadine. We keep trusting God to help us navigate through these difficult days of COVID-19. On the most part, praise God, our babies have been doing well and have been healthy and strong. However, there have been one or two that have had to make a couple of trips to the hospital. So we're going to turn now to Hannah, who's just doing a wonderful job looking after the medical needs of our children, and she's going to share a story with us.
In March of last year, we received a baby through our baby box. He was wrapped very warmly and he still had his umbilical cord attached, which told us he's only a few days old. Within the first few months of being with us, we realized baby L wasn't gaining weight well and that he had some other medical concerns. So we immediately began to seek help with our doctors, which involved a lot of hospital appointments, sometimes trips to the emergency room, all to find out that baby L needed a life-saving operation. And then COVID-19 happened, and the world kind of paused. So we all banded together and began praying that baby L would still be able to have his surgery despite everything going on. And within the third week of lockdown, we got the phone call, hey, come in, baby L can have his operation. We were very thrilled. And then within a few days of making sure everything was fine, he had his operation and he did so well. Even the doctors were surprised at how well he recovered so quickly. And two things that kind of stuck out for me from this whole journey with baby L is that, one, he's one of the happiest babies I've ever met, despite all that he's had to face as a small child. He's so full of joy and he brings so much light and happiness into our lives. And then secondly is that while in hospital, baby L just wanted to hold my hand. Even in ICU, he held my finger, and it reminded me how vital it is that these children have relationships. It reminded me of how important it is that we as a community stand in the gap for these children until their forever families come, which I'm happy to say our special boy has a special forever family waiting for him.
One of the great things with us at Door of Hope is that we get to be a part of uniting families through adoption. During lockdown, adoptions have been a little bit more tricky, but that didn't stop one special adoption from taking place. Listen to this wonderful story and see how God is blessing our children through providing them with loving families.
So,
Our story.
our story of adoption. It started 12 years ago in 2008 when we found out that we couldn't have kids, we couldn't get pregnant. Then adoption became a real option for us. So we chose South Africa to adopt from.
Yes, and in 2014 we adopted our daughter Rebecca, and she's from Door of Hope. She was 2 years old then, and we chose South Africa because we like the way children are matched there, and we were very happy that we could adopt her from Door of Hope, and we believe that God also placed her with us, and she is 8 years old now, and she likes dancing, going to school, and she's a very happy, clever girl now.
And we also chose SA because of the difference between cultures and the poverty there. We were very touched by that when we traveled to SA before we adopted Rebecca. We have been there 2 times. At one side there were rich people, and at the other side there were very, very poor people. And we really want to give 1 or 2 children of SA a future with us. Our second adoption, after we adopted Rebecca, a year later we started a second adoption process. It took some years before we could adopt a son, and he's named Sam. He's also from Door of Hope, and that's very special to us that they're both from Door of Hope, because they have the same history. They were adopted at the age of 2, and they lived in the same place of safety with the same aunties, and they received the same love and care, and we're very glad with that.
Yeah, we are very happy and proud that we have 2 children from South Africa and also from Door of Hope. And we are also very open about the adoption, so they also know where they come from, and they are also very proud to be from South Africa. And we also hope to come back to South Africa again, because to show them the roots and the country, and also that they know that there was a reason why they got adopted, and it's also not always a nice story, but it's good that we can give them another future, and we are happy that God gave us the opportunity, and also for them. And we are also very happy with Door of Hope. If you see the pictures with the aunties, all the love that they gave to the children, we are very happy that Door of Hope is there, and that they also are caring for all the babies there. So this is our story.
During lockdown level 5, Door of Hope had to continue operating as an essential service. Obviously, we needed to still take care of our children, but during that time, public transport became a little bit more problematic. It was more scarce and obviously a greater risk. And so Door of Hope decided that we were going to then offer the transport to our care workers. And so that involved some early mornings and late evenings of getting up and going to fetch our care workers from their houses, taking the day shift through and taking the night shift home, and then the reverse in the evenings. But it actually proved to be a rather special time for the drivers and for the care workers, as we came together as one to do what was necessary to love our children. We are now in level 3 of lockdown in South Africa, so we are back to normal transport. We recognize in the future that we may go back to providing transport for our caregivers once more. But we want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our drivers and to their families who supported them. And we also want to say thank you to our aunties and uncles who continue to come to the baby houses to love and care for our precious children. During lockdown, we have not been sure what to expect. In some ways, we have seen some drop off in donations, but in other ways, we have just seen how God continues to provide for us as people have responded and given generously. So we want to take this opportunity to thank all our supporters and all of those who have supported Door of Hope during these difficult days. We are so grateful to God for you and for your kindness to abandoned children. Without your support, we definitely would not be able to do the work that we do. So thank you. For those who wish to know how you can continue supporting Door of Hope, we would like to encourage you to consider becoming a life changer. And this means you'll become a part of a special group of people that give any amount on a monthly basis. To see more information on this, please go see our website or contact us. If you've made it this far to the end of our video, then well done. Thank you for tracking along with us. We hope to be making more of these videos going forward, that we can keep people updated as to what is happening at our baby houses and our village as well. So do us a favor, go and like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hopefully we'll see you again in the not too distant future. From all of us, Hambani Gachle, thank you for watching, and God bless you. G-Man is tired. I think we finished filming for the day.